Let's piss some people off.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to I Am Spice, the podcast. And this is officially the episode number 1. The first one that I posted, it was back in April, uh, April or May. It was the intro to my podcast. That was for me to be able to separate like the space for my podcast and my name and Spice and I Am Spice the podcast and everything. And I have been on this journey of, as a Virgo, I'm extremely perfectionist, and I've been struggling when to start my podcast and when to really start recording, how to do the setup. My studio was built already. It's not in my home, it's outside of my home, and it's gonna be amazing. But in the meantime, until it's finished, I need to find where to record, and I have the space here, and I have been struggling whether I do it or not, what to do, because I want everything to be like so perfect, right? But then I'm like, why do I stop myself? Because what I do with this thing, and this is just a little rant before I start everything. Why do I stop myself from doing things by being so perfectionist? This is something that a lot of us do. And also second guessing in the process. Should I do this? Shouldn't I do that? Is it going to be okay? Something that you're so passionate about and that you want to do, and then you start second guessing yourself. Nah. Just wake up. Just wake up. Get out of that funk and just do it. I decided today to stop. Just simply stop whining, stop nagging, stop making excuses, because my perfectionism and is something that I struggle with a lot. And this is not what we're going to talk about today. But in case you're feeling like this, you can apply it to your life as well. Stops us from amazing opportunities. I've been looking at so many people, and and I see their backgrounds, they see everything. They even record with AirPods, they record with microphones, and they have thousands and thousands, and you just want to be helpful. You want to help. You want to be in people's lives, and you want to help people. That is what I want to do. This is the goal of my podcast. My podcast motto is unfiltered, unapologetic, and unstoppable, because I don't want anything sugarcoated here. So, if you think that this podcast is going to make you feel uncomfortable, it's not. It's not here to make you feel comfortable. It's here to wake you up. And if you're looking for things to be sugar coated, go eat a donut, go eat a cupcake, because it's not here. Here we're going to unfold, we're going to unpack, we're going to open, we're going to talk about all those things that people do not dare to talk about. So I have so many things that I've been wanting to talk to you guys about. But I keep stopping myself because I'm like, oh, I don't have the space yet, I don't have the setting, and I have everything. I have all my equipment. Guess what? They're just hitting here pretty because Spice decides that no, we need the perfect background. In the meantime, all these thoughts, all these ideas are just running in my head, bouncing off the walls of my brain. No, that stops today. So, something that happens to me and something that I want to talk about, and I want to bring you guys on this journey with me today, is have you guys ever been questioned by how you look? Your hair, whether it's your makeup, whether it's the way you dress, the way you wear your nails, anything that makes you different or separates you from everybody else in this world, because you don't fit in this tiny box that they want to put you in. They start, what are you? Who are you? Where you come from? I get this a lot. Believe it or not, I get this a lot. And I'm just wearing a hoodie right now, For those people that follow me on social media, because I consider quite a big, not huge. We still have to get there, but quite the following at my Instagram, which is at spice_gypsy, and my TikTok is at spicegypsy. And you guys see me. I love being sexy. I love being me. I love being everything that I am, and I embrace it so much. But people often ask me, because I am so unapologetic, who are you? And when they ask me this, I'm like, what do you mean? Because to me, I am just normal. I'm just a normal person. I swear to God, when I walk out this house, I am just a normal person. I am in this little bubble. This is what I'm always gonna say. I'm in my little bubble, walking around, minding my own business, and people looking at me like I just got out of a spaceship. And we're gonna unpack this because this has a lot of layers. We're talking about how did you get to be so powerful, so intimidating, and so you and so unique that people feel threatened and bothered by you. And it's not even your fault. It's not your fault. So this happens to me a lot everywhere I go. I either use crop tops, my baggy pants. I love the Y2K fashion. I have never followed like a specific fashion or trend. I've never been that. There's so much about me that I'm dying to say in this podcast. All in due time. But right now we're talking about that. We're going to talk about, and this is the topic of this video. They keep asking who I am, so let me tell you. Let me tell you who I am. I am a 44-year-old woman that was born and raised in Puerto Rico. I'm a mom of 4, and I'm a wife. I have an older brother and a younger brother. So yes, I am the only girl. I'm the middle child. And I was raised, and I'm just, because these are topics that we're gonna be talking about in depth, about my childhood, about how I grew up. We're gonna talk about this later on different videos, because on different podcasts, because we have to address this, how my childhood affected how I developed as a teenager, as a young adult, as an adult right now, as a mom, as everything. But I was raised in a very, very, very strict home under the Pentecostal religion. If you know, you know. No makeup, no haircuts, no dyeing colors, no nails, and no pants. Skirts, very long skirts, very long hair. This was not me. I was not allowed to talk. I was not allowed to be myself. I was not allowed to express who I really am as a person. If you know about psychology, if you know, and I love it, how things really work, a kid comes to this life already with a personality. And then the way that person is raised is what makes what that person is. So no, don't think people that, oh, who raised you? Well, yeah, there's certain things that we get from our parents, but also there's certain things that we're born with. We are all born with a different character, and that's how we're wired. Plus, I am one of those girlies that I like the zodiac and all of that. So I'm a proud Virgo. Okay. With an Aquarius moon and a Sagittarius rising. Complicated. Anyways, we're not here to talk about zodiacs. So yes, I am the person I am, and I really think a lot. I really truly believe in the zodiacs. But besides that, however our parents raise us, it has a lot to do with us. And but we're also wired differently since we're born. So when they ask me, who are you? Because I don't fit their stigmas, I'll tell you why. I was raised that way. I couldn't do anything. And it was very frustrating because if I was allowed, honestly, because it wasn't that if people, there's so many different things that I have inside my head that I want to say right now, and I'm so excited that I'm just like, ugh. But I was raised like that, and I was so different at the same time because if I was allowed, let's say my parents would have said, use pants or you're allowed to do that and whatever, which is ridiculous when you come to look at it because they were reading a Bible and saying that they say that you couldn't dress as a man, but then back in the days they used to dress with robes. Huh? So, it doesn't make sense. We're not here to talk about religion. We will never talk about religion or politics. I don't want to be involved in those things, okay? So, it did a lot of things didn't make sense to me. And I was 14 years old, and I remember, like, if it was this day, I was like, I don't like how it's this, because I'm talking about going to church from like 7 days a week, every day. I love dancing. I was in school and I was in the dance club, and my parents didn't know. So there was a lot. And there's a lot that I will unpack about my childhood, but that's the preface. Now you know why I wasn't allowed to be myself. And so for the longest I was that person. I was one of those girls who believed in fairy tales and the love and Romeo and Juliet and all that stuff. Guess what? Then life happened. You realize that is not true. I married young, very young, and I was not happy either. I got out of that relationship for reasons that I will talk about later in other subjects. And I was 24 years old when that happened. I already had 2 kids, my first 2 kids. And I realized, I'm like, I want to be happy, but I want to be happy being myself. Another thing I realized and I have analyzed in my life is I've never looked for being popular or being cool. I never cared about those things. I wanted to be myself. I wanted to do things my way. I didn't want to copy anybody. I didn't want to use the clothes other people were using. I love fashion. So I don't know how many of you, if you guys identify with me and or can relate with me in the sense that you just love fashion. It's like you have a gift when you just like do an outfit and you just put up an outfit and without even knowing how to put out like a perfect outfit, and people are like, oh my god, are you a fashion designer? No, you just have that taste in you, and that's how you are. I was always like that. So even if they told me I was not allowed to wear, I don't know, pants, I just wanted to wear different stuff. I never wore the what everybody was wearing. And without realizing, I became the popular person by just being myself. That moment, at 24 years old, I remember like if it was this day. Once I left my first partner, my first husband, I realized that I no longer wanted to fit in under society's norm. I did not want to be that person. I wanted to be me. What I didn't know was, and this really took me by surprise and it really hurt me, I was naive at the time. Right now I know what happens. But back then, I did not know that being myself was going to cause my own family, and not immediate, well, you could say it's immediate because it happened from my mom's side and my dad's side as well, family, like let's say uncles, aunts, cousins. And I know this is going to ruffle some feathers. I do not care because I don't owe loyalty to people who dare to talk about me behind my back. while I made a decision to be truly happy and be truly myself. I saw how so many people in my life were being cheated on, you know, were not happy. They were just staying together just to stay together. They were not happy, period. Even my ex-husband at that time, it was everything. What are people gonna say? What are people gonna think? What the church is gonna think? When I say that, I do not give a, I don't. I just don't. I don't. I fudge. I don't. I really don't care. And in the beginning, it was hard. Like right now, I walk around, no joke, and I am this person, and people are like so scared to even talk to me. And I have had to work on that as well. Because when you work so much on yourself, people think that healing is you meditating, sitting all pretty, or sipping a cup of tea, or just like meditating, or just being on this, you know, amazing butterflies and unicorns and rainbows journey, which is totally not. Healing is freaking messy. Healing from trauma from my childhood, from ex partners and everything, that is not easy. So, when people ask you who you are, they don't ask you out of curiosity. They ask because your presence makes them uncomfortable. Because you're not, it's like, why do you dress like that? It's like, it translates to, why aren't you shrinking like us? And that happens to everyone that dares to work on themselves and to accept yourself for who you really are and love yourself and walk in that path. A lot of people ask me, how did you become yourself? How did you achieve such an empowering, way of being, such a uniqueness? And I'm like, I just started looking at my flaws and embracing my flaws and loving myself. And most people even think that the fact that I dress the way I dress, that I'm too much, or her hair, like too much makeup, whatever, I do not care. Because it took me so many years to rewire my nervous system in order to get here. In order to be the woman that I am right now, where I can stand 10 toes down and tell you I do not give a fudge about what you think of me or my life or how I live my life, because it's my life and nobody else is gonna live it. So when they ask you, why do you dress like that? Why are you not like us? I mean, like, I dress whatever I want. I don't have to be dressing for nobody. People think that I dress like this because I'm seeking attention or validation. That's another thing that I love about myself. And when I realized this, I was shocked, because I was having this conversation with my husband, and he was talking about something. It was something about he wanted his parents to be proud of him. I was listening to him and it hit me, because in my head, I was like, I've never like felt like I needed, anybody to be proud of me, or I've never done anything, as a matter of fact, for anyone to be proud of me. I remember myself being young and being constantly in a competition with myself. And I'll explain a little bit about that. What I mean by saying that I always was in a competition with myself, I truly was. Since I was a little kid, and I don't know, I'm still trying to figure out why, I had to have super great grades, and it was not my parents, it was me. I was such a perfectionist that I needed to have like 100% in my assignments, exams, everything, and my A's had to be of 100%. And this is something else we're gonna unpack as we go. But I've always been competing with myself, and also like never felt like, oh, I'm gonna do this so my parents are proud. I really, it's not that I didn't care. And yes, my parents are super proud of me and the woman that I've become. I'm a businesswoman, I'm an accountant, I'm an entrepreneur. I love creating content. I love psychology, which is something I've studied for so long. No, I am not a psychologist, I'm not a therapist, but I do know a lot. And that's why I decided to become a life coach, not to work on it, but to really know more about it and how to go about when I talk about psychology. Um, so that was another thing for me. Also, the fact when you embrace yourself and it takes years, that's another thing people don't realize when they ask you who you are. I'm like, I'm just me. And I wish I could just give you, like, here you go, here's a key. And just go open this lock and just take this little potion, and that, like, that is gonna make you grow. That's not how it happens. That's not how you grow. That's not how you become unstoppable. That's not how you become unique. And here is the main clue about how do you become the cool person without even realizing that you're the cool person. Me personally, and God knows, and may lightning strike me right now, I have never craved for being popular. I never cared. I was very nerdy. I cared to be right within myself. Like, we Virgos were always fighting with ourselves and always criticizing ourselves. So to me, I just wanted to be the best version of who I am every day for myself. Did my teachers take advantage of me and put me on every single competition there was? Yes. Did I win them? Yes. I was a nerd. But the other part is, who are you? And I see this a lot. And I know the word influencer and what it means. Do I get bothered if I'm called an influencer? Yes. But if you come to know exactly the word influencer and how it was really supposed to be used, is someone that, without knowing, influences other people to do things or to wear certain things. In my case, I'm who I am. I love my hair like this. I love my nails. I love my jewelry. I have an obsession for silver and different kind of gems. We can talk about that too. But this is just me, you know? And there's no better way for you. He's like, how am I more like her? No. This is what people to learn. In order, and I have so many friends as well, sorry, that ask me this: how do I become more like you? How am I more like you? No, baby girl, no, bro. You have to be you. How did I become me? By loving myself and acting on it. It's not just loving, oh yes, I love myself. No, you have to act on it. This makeup, I do every day. Do I take care of my face? Yes, I had to. For the longest, I never used makeup. These nails, every 2 weeks. Is it too much for you? Don't do it. Is the hair short too much for you? Don't do it. Do what works for you. Because you cannot copy me or anybody else, because you came to this world to be yourself. And that's what you have to work with. I'm not going to tell you it's going to be easy. But if you have lived your life up to today, copying other people, copying how they look, copying, it's not bad to be, inspired by somebody. Oh, I really like that shirt. Oh, yeah, that could happen. And it happens a lot. But to live vicariously through other people and just work so hard to be them. Don't do that. Be yourself. Be you. Oh, but I'm just so lame. I don't know how to dress. I don't know how to do my hair. I don't know how to. Find out. Do you know that I don't know about doing makeup? Yes, I don't. I do my own makeup. How did I learn? YouTube. I have round eyes. I know I have round eyes. I know my nose is weird. How did I find out about the tones and everything, the shape and the trick and the YouTube? You have to Google yourself. You cannot be like, oh, I like her makeup. Yeah, you might try the shade. It might look not the same on you because your skin tone is not the same as mine. And that's okay. What you guys don't understand. And it's so hard. And I wish like so many teens would see me right now. Please, please, please stop copying other people. Yes, do ask away, ask questions, ask how can I do this, how can this, how do you think this will look good on me, blah blah blah. But never copy anybody else with the intention to become them. It is so sad that you became so wholesome and you came to this world to be yourself and you are just wanting to be somebody else. You have to step into your power. And I'm not going to tell you, like I was going to say, I detoured for a little bit. It's not easy. Oh, it's not. This is for the brave. You want to be unique? Are you sure you want to be unique? A lot of your family and friends are not going to like it. Because being unique, it's so much more than the looks. It's so much more than everything that you see here. Because you don't only change on the outside. There's a lot of changing on the inside because you're setting up boundaries. This is who I am. And this is how I dress. And this is what I like today. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 6 months from now I'm going to be dressing different. But this is me right now. And guess what? People don't need to like it. People don't need to be okay with it. As long as you love it and you adore it, so be it. Is it gonna feel uncomfortable when somebody that you love criticizes you? It's gonna hurt. It did happen to me. My aunt started talking behind my back, but it got to my ears, and I never thought that people that I used to, no more, I used to admire, would talk behind my back about me wanting to be a model, about me modeling, about the way I'm dressing, the way I'm walking, the way I'm doing whatever. It did hurt. It is gonna hurt. But you know what? The people that don't support you, the people that, and even my parents were not okay with the way I decided to live my life and who I am. I am called the black sheep of my family because I do things however I want them to do. I am not reckless. I am not heartless. I am very compassionate. I'm an empath, but I set up boundaries that people get hurt by them because they don't understand this thing of me not thinking that blood is thicker than water. No. Toxic is toxic, okay? So what do you do at the moment? You just put them on arm's length. You simply put them at arm's length, and what? You start losing a lot of people because they don't understand how can you behave the way you do because you have these boundaries. Because people are used to live by society. What people are going to think, what society is going to think, what the church is going to think, what your family is going to think, what your mom's going to think. And when you become that person that you don't care, you honestly, because I know people that they say they don't care, and then you see them like all nervous and they're like, oh my God, like, oh, like, That's not people that really don't care. It's like you just be you, period. And when you're unapologetic, when you are so genuine, I love people that are genuine. I love people that say things exactly how they think and they're not sugarcoating things. They're not sugarcoating the BS, period. So, I guess in this video, like, I was supposed to be only talking like for 15 minutes and I just went on the deep end. I have so much in my head and I still did not go as deep as I wanted to go. So, when they ask you, who do you think you are? What are you gonna say? Because you're just you. So you're just unique. People are not used to people that break the rules, the trendsetters. People are always following the trendsetters. I became that person without realizing that working with myself, with my love for myself, my identity, recognizing all my flaws, just loving myself from head to toe, doesn't matter. And I'm not talking about surgeries or none of that, because you do with your body whatever you want to do, but I'm talking about the inside. Just make sure that you're working with yourself and asking and sitting with yourself. This sentence here, sit with yourself. This right, like sit with yourself and start asking yourself so many questions about your life. Who are you? Why are you like this? I'm going to be unpacking in the following episodes things, like very detailed, my childhood, and I'm going to go, super deep on that. I'm going to go deep on how to become unapologetic, powerful, unstoppable, unfiltered. This is not your female dog. This is about you being powerful. About being so sure of yourself that nobody's gonna shake you. It's about you walking into the room and being that woman, that bitch. That's you. But that starts with you loving yourself and stop wanting to be like other people. Look at yourself in the mirror. Look how beautiful you are. Look how handsome you are. And don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. And I will tell you again and again and again, because you're looking at me right now, a woman that a long time ago was a very scared kid and a very scared young woman. I did not have a voice. I had to literally grab it and not let go of it. They wanted to silence me. And here I am. I'm 44 years old and so goddamn proud of how far I've come in this journey. So I do have 3 questions that I want to ask you guys that you guys can answer in the comments. But just wanted to let you guys know I'm the version of me who I used to be scared of becoming. I am that person. I became that person. I'm still working towards being the best version of myself. That will never stop. That will stop the day I die. Okay? Also, I'm the version of me that little girl prayed for. I remember an 8-year-old girl who wanted to be so badass. I remember a 14-year-old girl that wanted tattoos and short hair, but I was not allowed. I remember a 21-year-old that wanted to be independent, that wanted to be alone, that wanted to be as an 18-year-old too. I did not get to do things the way I wanted to, but because I did not get to do those things, I'm not going to punish myself for that. I'm just going to keep on going. Okay? Also, I'm the version of me who stopped asking for permission. I no longer ask for permission. I do as I want to. Whoever doesn't like it, you need to learn how to disassociate from people and stop caring for whatever people think of you. It's not easy. Once again, I say it. You get numb, soon enough, and you're just like, really, I don't care. Whoever, and this is how I always see it, whoever does not give me or hold space for me to be me with them does not love me. Therefore, why would I want you in my life? I'd rather have only one or two real and unique people next to me than have 15, 20, 30, 40, 100, 1,000 people, fake people next to me. No, I want real people. People that talk the truth, that are not afraid to speak their mind. And these are three questions that I have for you guys. Please answer in the comments. Who would you be if you stopped asking for approval? I know who I became. So, another one. What would you wear, say, or create if you weren't afraid to be seen? I want to know this one. Also, what are you really hiding from? So I'm going to leave you guys with those three questions. I will read two, I will comment, and I will leave you guys for now. This was a lot, but it was good to start. So please comment and follow and share with your friends. And there's so much more that I have for you guys. I am glad that I did this today. Even though it turned out longer. And if you stayed until the end, please subscribe. Please hit the like button. Please comment, interact. Whether you're watching me on Spotify, you're watching me on YouTube, you're watching me on TikTok, Instagram. Thank you so much for everything. Love you guys. Until the next one, please stay unfiltered, unapologetic, and freaking unstoppable. Thank you guys. I love you.
And remember, we're unfiltered, unapologetic, and unstoppable. That's that.